everyone. Hope everyone's having a great Thursday night so far. It's me, Brando, and my co-host, Bretley.
What's up,
How you
guys?
doing tonight, my man?
I'm doing okay. It's kind of a gloomy day out, but that's nice. It's cozy. Marissa's making a homemade tomato soup and grilled cheese tonight,
Ooh, there
and
we
and I
go.
just
A
get to
nice hearty
relax.
fall meal.
I get to relax and eat.
There we
How are you
go.
doing?
Haley, I'm doing pretty all right, man. It's been a little bit of a long week, you know.
Yeah,
Had a kind of a roller coaster with my mental health this week, so it's been something.
I feel that.
Yeah. But Haley went and got B Dubs for dinner tonight, so
Nice,
I'm gonna have some
nice.
wings to have with the game.
Mediocre wings,
Um,
mediocre football. Hell yeah.
Hey, the wings are gonna be spicier than the offenses.
I actually like Buffalo Wild Wings. A
Um,
lot of people hate on them, but I like Buffalo Wild Wings.
so my opinion on B Dubs is they went downhill as soon as Arby's bought them.
Oh, for sure. Like, there's been a quality decline, yes, but it's not like they're not
It's
bad.
not awful.
Yeah, exactly.
Would I go to a local wing restaurant instead? Yes.
All right, how about this? How about this? Wingstop or B Dubs? We're gonna do pick'ems here.
Oh, B Dubs.
Really?
You know why? I
Why?
can have stuff other than wings at B Dubs
That's true. That's valid.
and
That's
also alcohol.
that's a valid. I I think I'd go same. They have bigger menu, better options, but
Yeah.
yeah, I like the sauces from Wingstop better though.
You know what? I can give you that. Okay.
Um, well, week
So
4 was a week.
it really fucking was.
Uh,
And we had some great predictions during
we
it.
did.
Um I made a little bit of money. I
I
hit on a
lost
bet
all of
during
mine.
I hit on a bet that made over $500.
Yeah, it was
So
crazy.
I got two jerseys from two boys that helped me hit that bet. Sean Gary help my Packers hold on for a dub.
Hmm.
Mike Evans, who got in the end zone twice against the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Too bad he couldn't help me with another bet, but
I'm sorry, he did his best.
he did his best.
I
But
I
those should be
think
in the mail any day.
week 4 we need to open up talking about the Thursday night football, the Bengals
Yeah.
and Dolphins game. This is kind of our we're not really sure teams as well for this week.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously the Dolphins and Tua have been a very, very productive offense, but Tua should not have played in this game.
Oh,
They fired
absolutely not.
the quote unquote independent neurologist who was in charge of assessing him for concussion protocol. And this is something I wanted to talk about when we got to this week. I have had 8 concussions that have been like officially recorded by the doctors. I'm pretty sure I've had one more. Most of mine have been mild to moderate, so there haven't been severe long-term effects, especially because they were more spaced out because I was sidelined from whatever sport I was playing at the time. Um, but to have someone in 4 days after they got a concussion, you cannot tell me that was a spine injury. Maybe
Especially
maybe one.
during especially like going into such a high impact and a high velocity sport
Yeah.
like professional football is.
If it's
Like,
baseball or something like the odds of you getting hit in the head by a pitcher are relatively low.
but man, when Tua was sacked and the way his head, back of his head hit the ground,
Yeah.
the way his hands seized up, it was scary.
Yeah. It
It
definitely
was some
was.
scary stuff.
Um the NFL really needs to revamp their concussion protocol. They really need to revamp how everything is done. Um and nothing but thoughts and prayers for Tua and his family. Um I really, really, I hope and pray with all my heart because I know how frustrating it is to feel the after effects of a concussion, even if it's not permanent. Um, and I can imagine his were much more damaging than mine because it was having your head hit the turf due to a contact. Um,
Yeah, exactly.
a few of mine were through soccer or whatever, and I know over the years how frustrating it was to not feel like cognitively in control, to not really have that sense of time or sense of myself. So I just hope and pray to God that he's all right and that he will make a full recovery. Not even in a sports sense. Of course I hope that he'll be able to come back and play the game he loves, but I
But
just
just
hope
as a
he's
human
okay.
being,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
hope that like, hey, that this doesn't affect you when you're like in your 40s, in your
Yes.
50s,
Yeah.
60s, 70s. Hopefully that you're fully cognitively okay.
Yes, absolutely.
Because the human being matters more than the football player.
1000%.
Like this is still just a job.
Yeah.
Like
Um
straight up. Mm.
well, speaking of job, unfortunately we do still have to talk about the Dolphins and what they're going to do without Tua, because if he plays this week,
Yeah.
I will throw a fit.
No. He's already ruled out.
Okay,
It's Teddy
good.
B.
So
It's Teddy B. He's already been ruled out.
Teddy Bridgewater
I
made that long fucking throw to Tyreek. That was a really, really nice throw.
the one they put all of his fucking
Yeah,
body
you saw
into.
that
You
whole body
saw it in
effort.
the
Yeah.
replay. It looked like a kid in the backyard throwing as far as he can to his dad.
Um, the Bengals scored pretty well. I do have to say Jamar Chase has been kind of quiet. Um,
Yes, he has been.
T. Higgins has been popping off, and I think he'll continue that pattern again this week.
It's so funny because like Jamar Chase doesn't get moved around in the offense at all. Like
Yeah.
he's so what
Static,
they do
one
with him is
one
so
dimensional. Yeah.
boring and
Yeah.
stagnant. And at least a good thing, Joe Burrow is really good with ball placement.
True. That I agree with that.
So it helps a lot with T. Higgins being a contest and catch guy.
So, this is kind of we're not really sure going forward, because obviously the Dolphins were undefeated. They looked so incredibly strong, but obviously we're not sure what Tua's future is going to be. And Teddy
Yeah.
Bridgewater, as good as he is as a backup, he has a very in place ceiling.
Yeah.
And with the Bengals, we're not sure because the offensive line hasn't looked as great or competent as we thought that they would be with the upgrades this year. Jamar Chase not being productive, and T. Higgins almost taking that wide receiver one role just because Jamar's been covered so much. Um,
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like both of these teams are too one-dimensional
It's-
in the way that they're playing right now, and it's not really.
Well, it's really fun. The Bengals, both these teams defensively are still pretty good.
Yeah.
Like Jalen Phillips is a fantastic edge player for the Dolphins. Their secondary was a little banged up for this game. Cincinnati, they are also a decent defensive team. The main thing that with the Bengals, they're playing about as good as they did last year.
Yeah.
It's just not as many things are bouncing their way.
No.
Everything the Bengals were doing last year was so unsustainable. We're
Yeah.
seeing it this year.
Yeah.
Almost the same roster, almost the same level of play, and we are getting just the other end of variance of results in a lot of these.
Yeah, the
But
Bengals defensive
listen-
line in the playoffs last year played insanely well, and the offensive line, compared to how they've been playing for the past 3 years, it played out of their fucking minds. Yeah.
But we're now in this year, and let's be real, like their defense is not terrible. Their offense needs to find some kind of consistency,
Yeah, I agree.
and it's gonna come with Joe Burrow.
Yes.
And it's gonna come with that passing game.
Yeah, they just kind of have to even out, I think. Obviously, Jamar is a wide receiver one. We've seen him put up
Yes.
numbers. We just need to see that kind of flatten out, and we need to see him play a more dynamic role or just overcome what he's having thrown at him. And there's really
Well,
no in between to that.
I don't even think it's really on Jamar
Oh,
exactly.
no,
It's
same.
Like play calling.
Yeah,
Like play calling
yes.
needs to change.
I
Zach
completely
Taylor's
agree.
offense is very boring to watch. I don't care. They won this game, but I don't know if they're gonna make it past Baltimore.
Yeah, I don't know either.
One nice, very interesting quote from Marlon Humphrey this week about their game is that the Joe Burrow's best trait is that he will give his guys a chance because he thinks his guys are way fucking better than your guys. That is an exact quote.
And you know what? I believe that he believes that.
Joe Burrow definitely believes his guys are way better than the guys who are covering them.
Yeah.
There is no doubt in my mind he believes that about Jamar Chase and T. Higgins.
Well, he has good
And
reason
Tyler
to,
Boyd.
especially with Jamar. He has good reason to.
I mean that being a wide receiver core is pretty sauced up.
Yeah.
I will say, I really want them to, even though they have so many other holes in their roster. I want him to draft another wide receiver this year. Do it like highly, like in the first or second round.
I mean,
Just get another stud.
they could.
It could. I mean, I just want it. I want him to just be. Joe Burrow needs an overwhelming receiving core to be good.
That I agree with. Yes.
Because he either needs a great offensive line or overwhelming receiving core to be good. Joe Burrow is not an elite quarterback,
No.
but he's the next best thing to an elite level quarterback.
Yes.
Still a franchise guy,
B
but
plus.
you don't. Yes,
Yeah.
but can't overcome roster deficiencies.
No.
You know who is currently?
Lamar.
Oh, Lamar. Lamar's been elite.
Yeah.
I've been beating that horse to death for a while.
Who?
But someone who's proving it this year?
Gino.
Justin Herbert. Everything in LA is falling apart, and he's still leading the league in fucking passing yards right now.
All right, I'll let you have that one. I'll let you. Well,
Jay Herbo without Keenan Allen, Mike Williams has been on and off. Fucking Rashawn Slater went down in this game against the Texans. He is keeping them in these games with Mike Lombardi's weird ass offense that doesn't want to take plays more than 10 yards downfield.
Yeah.
Even though he has an alien at quarterback.
Yeah.
And he's doing this with broken ribs.
Well, we'll get into some of these games, including Chargers Texans here. We'll hop into the Week 4
let's
review
just hop into
before we
that
get to
one
the
now.
preview. All right. I will say the Texans should not have
been this close.
Yeah.
The Texans are scrappy.
They definitely are scrappy, but this is not scrap. This should not have happened. Is what I have to say.
The Chargers covered.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know how much I have to say about this game. Justin Herbert got it done.
Lit him up,
that I agree with.
All that we have to say about it.
Yeah.
Damian Pierce had a great game. The rookie running back.
Yeah. And statistically, if you look at it, yeah, exactly.
Oh, by the way, shout out to Damian Pierce, another part of that bet that won me money, and a reason why I beat Mr. Bretley this week in fantasy.
Yeah, you absolutely did. You kicked my ass for sure.
In our Pitch Pass podcast league,
yeah,
I would have beaten everyone.
Yeah, you would have.
I led the whole league in scoring this week.
Yeah, it was.
Yay!
Yeah, I got dogged. There's no other way of saying it.
It's really funny because aren't you like second in our league in scoring?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I am. But you know what?
You would have beaten most of our league if you would have played against a majority of other people this week.
I absolutely would have. And you know what? That's okay because our league has a scoring reward at the end of the year. So that's
exactly
A-okay with me.
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah, about this game, I feel like there's not a lot of notes. It's kind of just like the better team did end up winning.
Yeah.
But what I do have to say, the Texans did put up some numbers. I was fortunate Brandon Cooks got a touchdown. Like the Texans have some good things happening. The Texans are a franchise quarterback away from being more than a scrappy team, but that's all they're going to be right now.
Okay. Well, they're a little bit more than that still. They're like I would say like
from being more than scrappy.
They're like 2 off seasons away from being a playoff team.
They have a lot of picks though.
They do. And you know what? This is a great quarterback class.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking this might be where CJ Stroud ends up.
I could see it. I could definitely see it.
I could easily see it. Anywho, let's continue to our next game.
Let's go to the Vikings Saints.
Saints from across the pond.
So
Cheerio.
The one thing. Oh God.
On the end zone.
The thing I'll say about this game that's nice is both kickers played really, really well.
Yeah, both kickers played really well. Kirk Cousins, very mid, very not good.
I mean,
Andy Dalton, also very mid and not good. Chris Olave had an amazing game.
Yes, he did.
That's a young man that I want us to highlight real quick.
Yes.
Rookie from Ohio State.
He averaged almost 17 yards per reception, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty nuts.
He had 7 targets, 4 receptions, 67 yards, and a touchdown in this game. Like he's their main bright spot on offense right now. If Michael
Yeah.
Thomas out,
So
he's outshining Jarvis Landry even. Like
yeah,
he's
yes. Um, Justin Jefferson got back on track here. He had 10 receptions. Justin Jefferson's kind of
got
like
a
Cooper
rushing
Cup
touchdown.
Jr. Yeah, he's like Cooper Cup Jr. I think it's funny that he found the end zone rushing instead of receiving. But he had almost a buck 50 receiving. Um, yeah, 10 receptions. If you're playing PPR, I mean, even if you're playing half PPR, you definitely can't complain about that. Kirk had an interception. He only had one touchdown on the game. It wasn't a great game for Kirk, but the Vikings managed to get it done.
Makes me both happy and sad how well Zadarius Smith is playing this year for the Vikings. I
Yeah,
wish we could have kept him in Green Bay. I wish things wouldn't have gotten weird. He had a sack in this game.
yeah.
Just very solid player. Um, yeah, great game by the Vikings, being able to hold on for the
Mhm.
win. It really helps when you're playing against the team's backup quarterback.
True. You know what? Andy Dalton's a damn good backup, though. He's a
Andy
fringe
Dalton
starter.
is a very good backup quarterback. I will give you that. He didn't he didn't lose him in the game. He
No.
didn't throw a pick. He went 20 of 28. He's threw TD. He had a better fucking quarterback rating than Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
So it is what it is.
Well, I mean, it wasn't a 1 o'clock game, so that's to be expected, to be honest.
It was a 9 a.m. game. Okay, our upset game that we got correct: Browns Falcons.
Yes. I don't know why. I could just feel this one coming.
These
Uh,
quarterbacks did not play well.
no. I mean, you don't really expect. This is
Jacoby
like,
Brissett. You didn't think Jacoby Brissett and Marcus Mariota were gonna light it up?
dude, this is another battle of the backups, really. Like, as
It
nicely as I
really
can say it,
fucking is.
like half the teams in the NFL right now are rocking fringe starter tier quarterbacks, and that's only because if you look at like how many teams are running backups right now, it's like, oh my god.
Well, it's because Deshaun Watson's a sexual predator.
Yeah.
Atlanta is just afraid to start Desmond Ritter yet.
Yeah. Well, I don't blame him. I wouldn't start him this week either. I'd start him next week. He'd probably die this week.
And fuck it. Baptism by fire, fam.
Oh my god.
Justin Herbert's first game he ever started was against KC, and he almost beat you guys.
Yeah, he probably should have, but that's all right.
Yeah,
I'm
he
glad he
should
didn't.
have.
I'm
I
glad he
remember
didn't.
watching that game. That was the game that Tyrod Taylor almost lost his fucking lung.
Yeah. Yeah, shout out to the Chargers medical staff,
Medical staff.
professionals.
Honestly, Herbo should have just been starting the whole time anyway.
Well, as for Browns
I don't care.
Falcons, the Browns kept
Browns
to
Falcons.
really
Nick
what
Chubb is a monster.
yes. The Browns really kept to what what they do. Jacoby didn't throw for any touchdowns. He actually threw one interception,
He,
didn't throw any touchdowns,
he
but he
rushed
rushed
for
for
one.
one. Yes, he did. Um, in terms of receiving, Amari has been dead quiet, and I think that he'll have a big game soon. Marcus Mariota again, no touchdowns thrown, an interception. Um, yeah, it was just it's another game.
David
Just
Njoku has been very solid for him.
yes,
He's
absolutely.
averaging 10 yards a target,
Yeah,
which is fantastic.
that's crazy. Yeah, it's the best year of his
Yeah,
career, if I'm not mistaken.
he's having so well not in the season, but for his last game against the Falcons, he's having 10 yards a target. Um, Drake London and Kyle Pitts both quiet in this game.
Yeah, well, we're used to Kyle Pitts being quiet, but
I know. They really need to figure out how to get him involved in this offense.
Atlanta needs
Is
to figure out. Period. They're just not doing it.
and you know what? If they can figure it out this week, it's huge for them because Tampa Bay's 2-2. They're
Yes.
2-2.
Yes.
New Orleans is 1-3. Carolina is 1-3. Carolina's only beaten New Orleans.
Yeah. Which pains me greatly, but it's all right.
Atlanta has a legitimate shot winning this division. Like they won this game.
As insane
You
as it is to say, yes. Yeah.
you need to swing for the fences. Start Desmond Ritter. What's the worst that can happen? Oh my God, you lose games and you have a chance at a good quarterback and a good
Yeah.
quarterback class. Oh my God.
Yeah, and
Worst
you
thing.
give the quarterback that you just drafted a chance at development who could be something special. You know, it's Atlanta. They're used to fucking up. I don't know. Hey, this was a pretty mid-off game. I don't know. The rushing was great from both sides, but that's literally it. And AJ Terrell.
Um, AJ Terrell fantastic corner.
Yep.
Grady Jarrett deserves more credit. He's a
True.
great defensive tackle. Um, let's see.
That was really it. That was it. The only
Yeah,
notes.
just Grady Jarrett and that's fine. I'm
We
okay with that.
we'll go to an exact opposite here. Seahawks Lions, no defense played, 93 points scored, over 1,000 yards of
Gino
offense.
went. Gino went crazy.
Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, both Jared Goff and Geno Smith were.
Over 300 yards.
Yeah. Well, but I
Both of
mean,
them.
they're both top 5 fantasy quarterbacks right now, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
um. Yeah.
Jared Goff has been a part of at least two of the NFL's top five like highest scoring games.
Yeah. That's
Which is
crazy.
I absolutely love.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jared. Um Seattle has such a good running game.
Yeah, they do.
That paired with Geno Smith being able to take advantage of play action
Hmm.
and excuse me, being very very good at not making mistakes.
Yes. Very
Being very
mechanically
risk
sound.
averse
Yes. I agree.
is a great compliment. And that's ultimately Geno Smith not committing any turnovers
Hmm.
is ultimately what ended up sealing this for Seattle.
Yeah.
DK Metcalf had a great game, even though he shit himself.
Yeah, literally had to be carted off the
10
field.
targets, 7
Stop
receptions,
eating so much
149
candy,
yards.
DK. Stop eating so much candy.
As someone else with stomach issues, I get it. I get it. I feel him.
He said
I
that that
never
clench walk
judge
would not have
someone.
worked.
I know.
uh, we love you,
Jamal
DK.
Williams had a great game
Two
in
tuds.
DeAndre Swift's
Oh,
absence.
you want to talk about a great game? Let's talk about TJ Hawkinson, number one tight end on the
Yeah,
week. Yeah.
TJ Blockinson
Yeah.
showed that he's a receiver.
Yeah.
8 catches, 179 yards, 2 TDs, led all players in receiving
You
yards.
know what? I got to watch Detroit play Kansas City in Detroit, and I have to say, I believe Hawkinson got a concussion that game, but I have to say,
Yeah.
seeing him in person, I'm surprised he doesn't have better numbers, and I think a lot of that, I think it'll even out
It's,
over the
it's
course of his
because
career.
it's because of scheme, and
Yeah,
also it's not gonna. TJ Hawkinson, I don't think is ever gonna put up huge career numbers
no, but
because
he
he's
will.
gonna be playing in an offense that's gonna have Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Hmm. He's gonna be
Is gonna
blocking a
all
lot.
yeah,
Yeah,
and there's also gonna be DeAndre Swift
yeah.
and Jamison Williams is gonna be playing soon.
But he is a very solid tight end.
Yes, he's an extremely solid tight end
Yeah,
with no flaws.
yeah.
He's just never going to put up huge career numbers.
I
He's
agree.
not a fantasy tight end I want,
No.
but in IRL, I want that fucking man on my team.
Yes, I feel the same way.
Block his ass off. Fucking, he's going to do everything that you ask him to do.
Hmm. Good for the culture. Good fit, pretty much anywhere.
Great for the culture. Okay,
Speaking of
let's go
culture,
to our next game.
Jets Steelers. I love what the Jets are doing on defense. I've been very high on the Jets all year. I've been picking the Jets over just about everybody all year.
Jets.
Um,
Jets.
I like the
Jets.
Jets. I obviously they're flawed. Right? They're the New York teams have kind of been cursed for a little while.
Yeah.
They've had really shitty coaching staffs, and they've really had some shitty regimes in that have just screwed them over.
We talk about how there was 6 interceptions thrown in this game.
Yeah. Well, can we talk about there were 6 fucking Steelers quarterbacks rotated in and out? It was just
Okay,
a
there was
shit
just
show.
2. It was Kenny Pickett and Trubisky.
I thought there was one
Trubisky,
more. Oh no, you're right.
yeah, Trubisky got benched at halftime.
Yeah.
Fucking Pickett's first pass attempt interception.
He did have those 2 rushing touchdowns, though. He said, "Fine, I'll
Yeah,
do it
6
myself."
carries, 15 yards. Super impressive.
Yeah, incredibly fit. Lamar
Super
numbers.
impressive.
Lamar numbers, baby.
Oh man, Kenny Pickett is okay. You know my opinion on Kenny Pickett that
Yeah.
he's a bust.
Well, not a bust, but not
He's a bust.
not the savior.
He's a bust.
Okay, all right. Well, I don't think he's a bust,
It's
but
fine.
I don't think he's a
They
savior.
they drafted. They literally just drafted the same quarterback they benched.
Nah, I think Kenny's a little bit better than Mitch, but
I think he's also a little better than Mitch, but not much.
yeah, not significantly enough. I'm glad they didn't use a first round pick. How about
Okay, they got Cracker Jack Justin Fields
that? uh,
because he's not as fast, not as strong of an
yeah,
arm,
yeah.
fucking small hands.
Hey man, he can't help it.
Hey man,
They're average.
he's an average. He has an average size. Damn it. Zach Wilson caught a touchdown this game. That was pretty dope.
Yes, the reverse Philly special.
Reverse Philly special. That was dope. He threw for a touchdown. They have a great receiving core. Corey Davis is a vet who's a possession guy. He does not a whole lot of volume,
No.
but he had a good game in this game. 74 yards. Elijah Moore is a good wide receiver. So is Garrett Wilson.
The
All 3 of them combined for a pretty solid game for
The-
120, 170. I'm doing the math real quick. 9 yards.
well, the Steelers are living proof that defense does not help you enough nowadays. You can have
No,
the most expensive, best defense in the league, and it just will not matter if you know
but
if
George
you
Pickens
can't
had a
score.
breakout game.
True, he did, and I hope that
His catch is 102 yards.
I hope
Let's
that
go.
is a sign of what's to come because he,
Let's go, NFL young boy.
yeah, dude,
Let's go.
something
I,
tells me
I,
he's gonna be
he's gonna be
AB
good.
level. Yeah,
I think him and Kenny Pickett are going to build a rapport.
I would love to see it. I would love that.
And also the city of Pittsburgh
Hmm.
is going to give Kenny Pickett such a long leash
Yeah,
because he went to
because he
University
went
of
to Pitt.
Pittsburgh
Yeah, he's
and they
been in.
fucking love that man.
He was
And they,
indoctrinated in the system. Yeah,
oh my God, he was indoctrinated in that city as a whole.
yeah.
God, that city would just suck him off. I don't fucking know. I don't care.
Well,
He could pull Ben Roethlisberger and they would
oh
bat an
God.
eye.
Well, I think a lot of teams were starting to realize. Dude, there's no way they would care because fucking Deshaun. Yeah, there's just no way. Anyway, yeah, it was an entertaining game to watch, but if you were watching it like for the offense, it wasn't great. I don't know. If you were just there like a passive observer, if you didn't have any interest in like, oh, this is
I was
my
just
team's
staring at
future
the
quarterback.
Dolphins.
Yeah.
Anywho, let's go to
Bears. Let's just get Bears
next
Giants out of the way. This
Bears
fucking
Giants.
mess.
Okay, yeah, go to the next New York team.
Okay.
Um,
I
Neither of these teams
predicted.
were able to really move the ball very well.
Yeah. I
Saquon Barkley was the saving grace in this game.
yes. I did predict that the
Okay.
Giants would win, but then I got nervous when I saw the injury report, so I backed out on it, and I wish I hadn't because I refunded my bets that would have actually hit.
Oh,
Yeah. Pain, suffering.
pain and suffering. Dude, Saquon is the only reason the Giants won this fucking
Oh,
game.
absolutely. Yeah, no
And
question.
Daniel Jones being a read option bandit.
Yeah.
But that's all we got to say about this. That the run game is what really took over for the Giants to help them win this game.
Yeah.
Justin Fields had 174 yards passing. Daniel Jones had 71 yards passing.
Yeah.
These are the 2 worst passing offenses in the NFL we watched play each other.
Yeah. We had some sad matchups. We have a couple more sad matchups to go over.
Especially if you look at quarterback play on a per drop back basis,
Yeah.
these are the worst 2 in the NFL right now.
Yeah.
I want Fields to be good, but this passing game is just absolute dog shit.
Yeah. Same. I Some of these games are just disappointing to have to talk about. This I should have believed in myself. I don't believe in the Giants. I
I know,
certainly don't believe
disappointing
in
for
the
you to
Bears.
talk about because you know the money you could have made from it. I
Yeah.
know. Well, anywho, let's keep it going. Let's not think about money that we could have won
Yeah.
and think of games that the Ravens lost, like against the
Oh
Bills.
God. Yeah.
Um, so the elements became a part of this game in the fourth quarter.
Mhm.
Ravens were up fucking 17 points on the
Yeah.
Bills, 23, and then they let the Bills just rattle back.
Yeah.
They got conservative and they took their foot off the gas, and that was the big issue.
Yeah.
They
It's
allowed
just a consistent issue for them. That's the really big thing here. It's like every time they've been getting leads, they've been focusing way too much on like either
just trying
clock
to
management.
maintain the lead
Yeah.
instead of just adding to it and
Yeah.
adding on to it. Like the defense needs to play a little bit better as well.
Yes.
They're laying they're letting too many big plays happen, and they honestly should have done a better job of corralling Josh on a lot of those bootlegs.
Mhm.
That was the main way they were moving the ball like half the time in the fucking fourth quarter was Josh Allen just bootlegging it.
Stephon Diggs had a pretty quiet game. I will have to say the
They,
Ravens defense did
Marlon
do.
Humphrey
Yeah,
is having a bounce back season.
he really really
A little
is.
rough last year, but this year, he's fucking locking dudes up.
Yes. Um,
Um, J.K. Dobbins did look good in this game.
he
He did
did.
look explosive.
Yeah. Is that
Had
it
two
was
touchdowns this game,
Yeah,
one
I was gonna
receiving,
say
one rushing.
it's a nice
I
little
think the Ravens and the Bills will play each other again in the playoffs.
I could definitely see it. Yeah.
I think Buffalo is going to easily win their division.
Oh, yeah, same.
Baltimore, I think, is going to end up being a dogfight with Cincinnati for it.
I think Baltimore wins their division. I don't really see Cincinnati being that much of a contest at the end of the year.
I can see it. I think Cincinnati is actually going to end up creeping into one of those playoff spots. One of those
Maybe.
final wild
I
cards.
think they're going to be a wild card if they do make it, but I don't know.
We'll
Just don't
see.
know.
We'll see Sunday night. All right, let's keep this going.
Titans
strong.
Colts.
Yes, Titans Colts.
Yeah.
Derrick Henry had a great game.
Yeah, he did.
Absolutely ran for you, Indianapolis. Matt Ryan had an eruption in the second half, trying to bring the Colts back. Had 356 passing yards. Had a pick.
Jonathan Taylor injured.
Jonathan Taylor injured. Will not be
Yeah.
playing tonight
Yeah.
on Thursday Night Football. Yeah. Ryan Tannehill doesn't really have to do much in this offense when they're up this
No.
much. 137 yards, 2 TDs. Fantastic. Chef's kiss. Good for you, Tannehill.
Yeah. Just
You-
it's literally just a don't fuck it up type beat.
Ryan Tannehill is just a souped up Jimmy Garoppolo.
Oh man, I don't think he's that bad. I think he's a little
I
bit
think
better
he-
than that, but
I mean, a souped up Jimmy Garoppolo is still in the Kirk Cousins tier.
you think so?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a little too abstract for me. I don't have the vision, brother.
It's fine. It's fine. Again, of abstract when you talk about the Commanders and their jerseys they were wearing.
Yeah, well, the Commanders are all of the NFC East except the Commanders, 3-1. Cowboys rolled and smoked their asses. I think Jahan Dotson found the only touchdown for the Commanders, was it not? I believe.
I want to say yes, and Jahan
Yes,
Dotson is
yes.
also injured.
Yeah, I don't think
Rookie
he's
out
gonna
of
play
Penn
this
State.
week. Jahan Dotson has been a touchdown machine this year.
He really has been. Not many yards,
No.
not like a bunch of catches, but very good in the red zone and the end zone.
Redeeming quality for those touchdowns alone. Cowboys defense continuing to roll. The defense is looking like a top 5 unit. Cowboys as a
CeeDee
whole.
Lamb,
What?
CeeDee Lamb has actually played well with Cooper Rush.
He has, yeah. I don't know. Their offense isn't productive enough to me. If you're in a shootout with a team that has a relatively competent offense, but
Mhm.
they haven't been. I think
And
it's the same thing with like Gino. It's like even though I don't think Cooper Rush is as good as Gino, he hasn't made big mistakes that have cost them
yeah,
games, and that's how they're winning.
Micah
Solid defense.
Parsons is still getting pressures at a crazy rate.
You know what? Trayvon
Um,
Diggs is finding
Trayvon Diggs is
interceptions.
having a very nice year,
He's not allowing as many yards as he was last year.
and he's still getting interceptions.
Yeah, which is impressive.
Yeah, I think he took it to heart. Everyone talking shit about him.
I probably would too, especially if my
I
brother was talking that shit.
Oh yeah, that would definitely piss me off.
I still think the
Um,
Cowboys are probably at best a second round playoff out.
I don't even. There's still a chance the Cowboys don't even make it.
They're gonna make it. They're gonna be one of
Probably they
they're gonna be
probably
a
will
wild
just because.
card.
Yeah, just because the NFC is still very wishy-washy.
Yeah.
I think the Rams are probably gonna miss it, but we'll get to the Rams here in a
Yeah. Oh
second.
God. No. Do we have to? Yeah, we have to. All
Yeah,
right.
we do
All
because we're
right. All
almost there
right.
anyway. Let's do Jaguars Eagles.
uh, well, let's start by saying Football Jesus did not have a good game. Trevor Lawrence
Football Jesus did not have a good game.
fumbles,
Under pressure
interceptions.
the whole game from the
Yeah.
Eagles defensive line. Two
And the
two
touchdowns
touchdowns,
he
one
threw
interception.
did not help anyone. No one has Jamal Agnew rostered.
Okay, it cracks me up. That's such a Jacksonville thing to happen too. Jamal Agnew's story is so funny because he's a former corner.
Hmm.
He played corner and wide receiver for the Lions and was also a punt returner.
Yes, I remember that.
And he scored 2 touchdowns for him. So fucking funny.
Yeah.
Pissed me off as a Christian Kirk owner, but fine. Um, but they got down early, an early pick six by Jalen Hurts.
Yes.
Really tested the mental like fortitude of this team,
Hmm.
and they answered back. They rattled back, and I'm pretty sure they covered the spread here.
Hmm.
Spread at the end of the game was about 7.5.
Yeah.
29-21 was the final score.
Hmm.
And the Eagles are still the only undefeated team left in the NFL.
Yeah.
Jaguars are still a very solid team.
Yeah.
Their defense still didn't play terribly.
I'll say it.
Josh Allen.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
I was gonna say Josh Allen may be creeping up there as a dark horse for Defensive Player of the Year.
I agree completely. The Eagles are my Super Bowl pick. I think I said it last week, but I'm going to reiterate it this week. The Eagles are my Super Bowl pick for the NFC. There's no team that will
Yeah.
match not only the depth of their roster, but the strength of their roster. They are just
Yeah.
a complete unit.
I I'm not ready to make a declaration yet about who I think is going to come out of the NFC or
Mhm.
AFC. I think I'm going to give mine at the mid-year point,
Okay.
but right now the Eagles are definitely the favorite.
Yeah. I'm ready to say it. I'm throwing it out there.
Throwing it out there. Okay.
The only way
I'm
that I
not.
would change my mind is if Jalen Hurts gets injured. Literally knocking
Yeah.
on wood right now because I don't want that to happen at all. But
I play
that's it.
against Rashawn Gary in the playoffs. He already knocked out one quarterback.
Oh,
God damn
God.
it.
Well, hopefully it stays one. That's all I have to say.
We can talk
Uh,
about that game next. Packers, Patriots. Um,
Brian Hoyer, bonk.
Brian Hoyer on like the first or second possession got strip sacked by Rashawn Gary, concussed, fucking knocked out for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
Bailey Zappi comes in.
You know, nobody believed me when I said
And
that he was going to make a start this year.
hey, he's gonna make the start this week
I hope so.
If Mac Jones isn't good to play.
Dude, I've been telling everyone that Bailey is an upgrade over Mac. I've been telling everyone. Been saying it since he got drafted, but
So it's
but
been a joke.
way before he got drafted. You remember I sent you that video. I said this kid is special. I said he's gonna get drafted by somebody, and it's gonna be some incredible underdog pick.
So There's already been jokes saying that's the next like Drew Bledsoe, Tom Brady situation. I do think that he's just okay.
Yeah,
I don't know if he's better than Mac Jones right now.
I do. I genuinely think he is.
I don't think neither of them are great.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely
10 of
don't think Mac is
15,
great.
10 for 15, 99 yards, touchdown. Long was 25 yards. Um, this was
Against
a
that
defensive
defense, it's not
game.
terrible. Yeah. Both these teams are very defensive and run
Yeah,
oriented. It's but if
Aaron
you
Jones and
consider
AJ Dillon. Like Aaron Jones had 110 yards rushing. AJ Dillon
mhm
73. Christian Watson had a rushing TD.
mhm
Romeo Dobbs
mhm
had a receiving touchdown, almost two. So close to pulling in another one.
mhm
Al Lazard had 116 receiving yards. I think, even though it seems kind of weird that we put up 27 points against a
mhm
good defense. I like the signs of life I'm seeing from the offense now.
yeah.
I think our offense is starting to understand how to use the skill position players we have.
Yes, Romeo Dobbs is coming into a role that he is going to
I
have some
like,
production. Yeah, I agree.
and I like the way that they're using Lazard, and I like the way they're using Christian Watson too.
Yeah,
I like that they're using him as almost like just a big gadget player.
I agree. I feel the same way.
Like they're using him almost like a big Tyreek Hill,
Mhm.
but
Yeah,
just not
not as
as
fast,
effective as
obviously.
a
Yeah,
route runner.
yeah.
Yeah, not as fast. Hill is a 4-2 kind of guy.
Yeah.
You know, I think Watson actually ran about in the 4-2s as well. They might be similar.
Maybe
I would really want to see them in a race,
it could be.
especially at
I
this point with Hill being in his 30s now.
I still.
Hill may not even be the fastest player on his team anymore.
Oh man, I'm not ready for that conversation.
Raheem Mostert is probably the fastest player on that team. Not even no cap. Like if we want to go by next gen like GPS stats, it's
Yeah.
Raheem Mostert.
Well, maybe.
There's
Well,
not been a faster ball carrier in the NFL over the past couple of years than Mostert.
if there's something that the Dolphins want to do to gain some attention on the internet right now, they should post a foot race video on their YouTube, barefoot. With
Mostert, Waddle, and Hill all
yes,
racing.
yes.
Yeah, forget about the concussions. Look over here. The fast guys are being fast guys.
Oh God.
Okay, fast guys being fast guys. Kyler Murray with the fast feet.
Mhm.
Cardinals end up holding on 26-16 against the Panthers. Baker Mayfield might be the worst starting quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that Jimmy Garoppolo is worse.
I don't know.
No, Jimmy Garoppolo is worse. Just
Yeah,
because
I'm okay.
Baker provides you slightly higher upside.
I think what helps Jimmy Garoppolo a lot is just the fact that he has Kyle Shanahan,
Yes. And those
who's just
weapons.
who's just an amazing play caller and
Yeah.
he knows how to call like plays during a game
Hmm.
and knows like where to tell Jimmy where it's gonna probably get open.
Yeah.
That's why like Jimmy, like if you get him off his first read,
Hmm.
he sucks. Terrible.
Yeah,
Terrible
I
quarterback.
mean, if you pressure him at all, he sucks. Yeah, I don't
Same
know.
with Baker though. Baker will always fold.
Yeah, I guess so. I I still
The only
think
team he didn't fold against this year was the Saints, who are bad.
that agreed. Unfortunately, agreed because that was my team before the year. I'm just
I
disappointed.
know. Okay, Broncos Raiders. Raiders got their first win of the year because Russell Wilson's dog shit.
Yeah, and
Russell Wilson is not worth the
Javante
win.
got Javante tore
Devontae tore his
his
ACL.
ACL and LCL. Yeah.
Done for the year. Um, see, Josh
Broncos
Jacobs had an
country.
amazing game.
Let's ride.
Yeah, Broncos country. Let's ride. Josh Jacobs had a great game. 144 rushing yards, two
Yeah,
TDs.
absolutely.
Devontae Adams had another 100-yard receiving game,
Yeah, as he should.
as he should,
King
as he
shit. King
should.
shit. Um,
Um,
yeah,
Russell Wilson statistically didn't have a terrible game, but if you watch him play ever, he looks confused every time, like all the time,
all
every
I
drop back.
all I have to say is I'm glad both of these teams are in my division.
I know. Your division looks hapless. It looks like the Chargers, and then the other two teams are just hapless. The
Eh,
Chargers at least know what they're doing. The
oh,
Chargers are just
absolutely.
banged the fuck
The
up.
Chargers just need to stay healthy to have a
The
shot.
Chargers, the Chargers will make a wild card and probably be a first round exit
Yeah.
because they're gonna run into a team with a great pass rush and
Yep.
Rashawn Slater's out.
Yeah. Yeah. I was gonna make a joke about it, but I can't do
Bicep
that.
injury is just too much to overcome. Casey, Tampa got. It seemed like the Buccaneers got demolished in this one.
Yeah,
You guys
so
exercised some demons.
this game really could have gone either
Admit
way. I'm gonna I
it.
won't try to take the high ground on this. Like Kansas City looked fantastic. Tampa got a lot of garbage time yards, yes, but what I have to say is a lot of the teams in the NFL should take notes from Kansas City. A lot of teams will either
Keep
pull
scoring.
back because they're like, "Oh, well, we have a 20-point lead. There's no way they'll come back from that." And then they come back from that and they're like, "Oh, gasp." And then they have the momentum swing and your team can't do shit. Kansas City will score the fuck out of you. That
Yeah.
Cardinals
I
game,
mean,
they shot the Cardinals corpse 12 times and watched it to make sure it didn't come back. They this is the Chiefs have the right idea. It's like we know our defense isn't the best. We trust that they can get maybe, a turnover here or there, but like we need to be sure we have like a 20-point lead and then we can start managing the clock. At least. Because we know our quarterback can score. But some of these offenses like that we're watching, like the Ravens have a fantastic quarterback, but they don't have the same amount of weapons on offense that the Chiefs do.
eh, honestly, I don't think that's completely true. Jo- Dobbins is better than any running back you guys have on your roster.
Okay,
Mark
we have a deeper
Andrews,
receiving core. How about that? That's what I'm saying.
yeah. I was about to say Andrews on the same level as Kelsey.
Oh, I'll give you that. But I mean, in terms of we have speed in
And then
Nicole, even if he doesn't have the best
yeah,
hands. We have
I
Juju,
was
who's consistent even with bad knees.
yeah, I was about to say Rashad Bateman's good, but then after that,
Yeah,
Duvernay is
hit or
inconsistent,
miss exactly.
and then after Duvernay gets very dicey.
So, I'm Tampa is
Tampa could, if it wasn't for the fumble on opening kickoff,
yeah.
this game could have went so many different ways.
So
That momentum swing to start the game
yeah,
was insane.
when Mahomes is in a game, you can never count him out. That's
No,
really what I have to say. Mahomes is the embodiment of backyard football and having fun with it. It's like
yeah,
everything he does looks so effortless. It looks like he's just having fun fucking playing ball out there every time.
yeah.
Tampa, Mike Evans is an animal.
Mike Evans is a
He
monster.
is a Hall of Famer. I don't care what anybody says. Um,
I'm so happy I was able to convert your opinion on this.
well, I was very fringe, but after you told me to actually look at the stats and I went and looked,
Look
I
at
was
his
like, yeah,
body of work throughout his
yes,
career. It's
yes. The consistency with the ring, I absolutely agree. He is number one. He's a Ring of Honor player, absolutely. Number two, he
no
is a
matter
Hall of
what.
Fame player. Yeah. Um,
And he led all players in this game in receiving yards of 103, two receiving TDs. Imagine if somehow when Tom Brady retired, if you guys could pull off getting Mike Evans over to KC.
dude, I would drag my balls a mile through broken glass to have it. I would love it. I, I would
Honestly,
suffer for their
you guys,
success.
he wouldn't even play on the outside anymore for you
No,
guys. Just
in the
just keep
slot.
him in the slot
Yeah.
or just play him in the slot. That's how
Yeah.
he scored on you guys.
Yeah.
Both times was in the slot.
Well, you want to talk about getting a good receiver? Did you hear Odell's really, really considering the
Among-
Packers? Yeah.
Yeah, he's also thinking about the Giants. Odell is just going on a little tour right now, trying to see where will give him the most perks. Um,
I guess if we're
but
talking
yeah,
about Odell, we gotta talk about Odell's former team, the
yeah.
Rams.
Rams
Wah
getting
wah
blow.
wah.
The Rams not able to move the ball at all on Monday night.
Yeah, I don't
Well,
really know what's up with the Rams.
their offensive line. Matthew Stafford is getting pressured constantly. He led the league
Yeah,
last year in interceptions thrown. His play style hasn't changed. He's still reckless with the ball,
yeah.
and now that he gets pressured a lot more, he's gonna turn the ball over a lot. The only receiver that's getting open consistently is Cooper
Cooper
Cup,
Cup, yeah,
which Cooper Cup is fantastic.
absolutely.
There's nothing I will take away from Cooper Cup.
No.
Um, but yeah, that's what ended up happening this game. They ended up just getting suffocated offensively. Um, Hufanga for the safety for the fucking
Yeah,
49ers picking off that wide receiver screen,
yeah.
taking that back to the house, the fucking
The pick
dagger.
six, yeah.
That
That was
was that was, that was sick, and I loved watching it. Then that play by Deebo Samuel before the half, the touchdown he scored on
yeah.
what
That
should have
was
been a pick thrown by Jimmy
insane.
G. Okay, I know you like the Rams a little bit, knowing you're from LA.
Yeah.
How much did that piss you off? Seeing that play that should have been picked off, go for a fucking TD.
Well, if I remember correctly, I texted you, I fucking hate Debo, and then I said, just kidding, he's one of the most entertaining players to watch. And
But man, he's so it
in
was
that instant,
wild.
I definitely meant it because fuck Debo.
That,
But
fuck you,
but it's so fun watching him. He is genuinely one of those one of one players. There's a lot of players who have like a wide skill set, and there's a lot of players who will have like one specific skill that they do well, and then other things that are okay. But there are very few players that are genuinely like one of one. I consider Mike Evans to be a one of one player. I consider Julio Jones to be a one of one player. Just
Julio Jones. Yeah,
yeah,
very rarely will you see like height, weight, speed guys like that.
yes, and Calvin Johnson, things like that. Cooper Cup, just in terms of work ethic and what he manifests through his sheer work ethic. Those are the players that you see that are one of one, and they're so fucking fun to watch. Mahomes, backyard football, Lamar with his mobility and developing as a passer. These players that are one of one, especially when you start looking at positions outside of quarterback. Quarterback's always fun to watch. But when you start watching those players who make such a massive difference at their position, running back, wide receiver. Derrick Henry is a fantastic example. Just sustained excellence over a period of time. Um, it's like LeBron James. It's like there is no one like them, and regardless of whether or not
Yeah.
you like them, you have to acknowledge their greatness. I love Debo. I think he's so fun to watch. I think he seems like a great guy, but uh, watching him disassemble my team not as fun.
Yeah. I will also say, quick note before we move on to our picks for the next week. Al Juszczyk, best fullback in the NFL. I
Yeah.
love watching him get one big carries in that game against the Rams,
Yes.
and also big catch, that big 35-yard catch in that game.
Yeah.
He is the best fullback in the NFL, and it's so great watching fullbacks and the run game make a little bit of a comeback this
Yeah.
year because of all the too high we've been seeing.
Yes.
Trying to get teams out of it so the big passing game can come back.
The
It
Kansas
is
City counter, if you will.
we're not going to get fullbacks being in to Kansas City.
No. I meant the too high safety. That's
Oh
what I was
yes,
saying. The
yes. Well,
Kansas City counter. Yeah.
I'd say, I wouldn't exactly say that. This has existed honestly a little bit before the Mahomes Kansas City started.
No, for sure,
This
but that's
too
that's
high has
how
been
we.
like kind of molding back since like the Broncos won their Super Bowl in 2015.
That's like how they shut down Kansas City's deep threat, though. That's how they
Yeah,
punished Mahomes.
the Super Bowl 2 years
Yeah,
ago for
yeah,
the Buccaneers.
exactly. Yeah. Um,
Oof.
you ready to do
That is
some?
probably
Oh, my bad.
some picks. Ready to do some picks?
I was gonna say you want to do the quick picks for next week. We're gonna try a little bit different format for this because I know we love talking about and recapping some of the games, especially the ones we got right. Love to hear that always. We do need to tally up and see who has more right this year. I think it's probably you, but
It's
it's
something like it's
close.
something about that. Um, but yeah, let's go through our picks pretty quickly for this upcoming week.
Because I was gonna say
We don't
the game comes on pretty soon. I want to try to get this uploaded before the game. Sorry, we
Yeah, we
recorded
don't
a
have
day
to do a
later than
deep
usual.
dive. We don't have to do a deep dive into games for the upcoming week. Let's start with Thursday. Colts Broncos. Who you got?
I have the Colts, even with Jonathan Taylor injured. The Broncos just aren't able to produce offensively. I think the Colts are still very capable with Michael Pittman. I think they can produce, and Alec Pierce I think is also healthy. So I think
Uh,
they'll clap back.
Give me Denver Broncos. I think the Colts' biggest weakness is their offensive line right now,
Yeah,
outside of Quentin Nelson.
yeah,
And Denver's biggest advantage defensively is their pass rush with
yeah.
Chubb and Randy Gregory. I think they're going to get home on Matt Ryan, and I don't think they're going to be able to pass the ball very much.
That's fair.
Give me Denver.
I just
Okay.
don't trust Russ.
I don't trust Russ either, but I also don't trust Matt Ryan.
Fair.
Giants Packers across the pond.
Give me the
Give me Green
Packers.
Bay.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, easily. Okay. Pittsburgh Buffalo.
Oh,
Buffalo.
Pittsburgh Buffalo. Yeah, I have the Bills as well.
Chargers Browns.
Yeah, I have the Chargers.
Chargers.
Yeah.
Give me the Chargers as well. Yeah. Give me Justin Herbert against what is give me the Chargers. I think the Chargers can still pull this out.
Lions
I think they're
Patriots.
Lions Patriots. Give
Yeah.
me the Lions in an upset. The Patriots are actually favored in this game.
Really?
And the
Wow.
Patriots are favored by 3. Give me Detroit though. Give me Jared Goff against a kid making his very first start.
Ah.
Um,
Yeah.
Houston, Jacksonville.
I hate to do the like if or whatever. So yeah, give me the Lions as well. I was gonna say if Amon-Ra St. Brown is healthy, if DeAndre Swift
Yeah,
is
he can
healthy, then
practice.
the Lions clear. But I don't know. Yeah, give me the Lions anyway. Fuck it.
Okay, Texans, Jags.
Yeah, Jags.
Jaguars. Yeah.
Yeah, they just have a
Better
better
quarterback,
roster.
better defensive line. They're
Yeah.
just a better team right now.
Yes.
Chicago, Minnesota.
Minnesota, no question. It's a
Minnesota.
1 o'clock game. Yeah.
Okay. Seahawks, Saints at New Orleans.
Yeah. Give me the Saints.
Give me the Seahawks. Give me the Seahawks in an upset. Currently, the New Orleans Saints are a favorite by about 6.
Yeah, I'm winning by 1.
Give me the Seahawks, man. I think the Seahawks are gonna pull up an upset here against the Saints.
I think this is going to be another higher scoring game. It's not going to be a 90-point game, but it'll be like 70 something.
DK's about to go off.
Yeah, I agree.
Dolphins, Jets.
Jets, that is my ding 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 upset of the week.
So,
Woo! This is my upset of the
that's
week. Yeah.
mine.
The
I was before, just without the music.
the Jets are 2-2. I think this is going to be their week to have a positive record. Um, the Dolphins obviously they have a great cast, but backup quarterback, the Jets corners have been playing great. I hope Brees Hall's healthy this week. I believe he's questionable right now, but you never know with the injury designations. I really hope the Dolphins continue to play well until Tua can hopefully return, but I have the Jets winning this game.
I will also take the Jets, and just so everyone knows, I am putting my money where my mouth is. I am betting all the teams I am taking money line as we speak.
I just want everyone to know I am not doing that, but I'm betting on some of them.
I'm betting on some of them. You said I am not doing this, but all the power to you. Okay, so Dolphins, Jets. We both
Oh
took the
wait, we're on week
Jets.
5. Oops. I accidentally I forgot to switch the screen over, but we are on week 5. You guys knew we were talking
Yes,
about
we are on week 5. So Dolphins, Jets. We both took the Jets.
Yes.
Falcons, Bucks.
Yeah, if Cordero was playing this week, I would like it better. If I knew Kyle Pitts was playing, I would like it better to choose the Falcons. I'm going to choose the Bucks. I'm going to take the Bucks, but I think it's going to be
I'm
a
gonna
lot
take
closer than people expect.
I think Grady Jarrett is gonna have a great game against the interior offensive line that's a little banged up. I think Tampa Bay ends up pulling it out
Yeah.
because of Tom Brady and their receiving core is finally healthy.
Yeah.
Atlanta's gonna keep it close. I think
I
Atlanta
agree.
covers the spread at +10.
Yeah,
Atlanta 4-0 on the year against the spread,
Yeah.
and I think they're gonna go to 5-0.
I completely agree. Completely
So
agree.
I will
That
take
I'm putting money
Tampa
on.
Bay. I will take Tampa Bay to win, but damn people, bet Falcons +10.
Yes. I
Okay.
completely agree.
Tennessee Commanders. So Titans Commanders. Who you taking?
I'm taking the Commanders. I think this is a week that they kind of right the ship. I know Carson Wentz hasn't been great, but
I'm taking the Commanders too. Right there with you, Brett.
nice.
Okay. We already said Chargers Browns. We both already took the Chargers. 49ers Panthers.
Yeah, give me the Niners.
Carolina.
Yeah. Oh, really? Okay.
Oh no, at Panthers I said. It's at the
Oh,
Panthers.
okay. All
Hey,
right.
I'm taking the 49ers.
Okay.
They're going to fucking suffocate this offense.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. So, Eagles, Cardinals.
Eagles, no question
Eagles.
for me. You're much higher on the Cardinals than I am.
I'm still taking the Eagles in this
Yeah.
game. I don't think the Cardinals are going to be able to win this game.
It's just the better birds.
I could only see them winning this game if D-Hop was playing.
Yes, same. Literally
He's still 2 weeks away. So.
Also, speaking of playing this game, JJ, thoughts and prayers for you and your heart. I don't know who leaked that story. I'm sorry, whoever did that to you. That was so shitty. But I hope everything's well. I hope you and your family are well. Love you. Good luck.
All right. Don't know what that is, but.
Oh, you didn't. He had like a heart issue earlier in the week.
Oh, JJ Watt.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I didn't hear. I heard J Day for some reason.
No,
Who
no.
the fuck is that? Okay. Yeah. JJ Watt got his heartbeat corrected. Happy to hear he's okay. And I don't know why people were trying to leak it.
Yeah, that's so
Give people
shitty.
privacy, especially about their medical stuff.
Yeah, what the fuck?
So, on to the next game, Cowboys Rams.
I know you're gonna disagree with me on this
Cowboys
one.
are 5.5-point dogs.
Yeah, I think the Cowboys cover the spread, but I'm gonna take the Rams to win. I am.
Give me the Cowboys to win this game, man.
Yeah.
Their defense has been rocking.
They absolutely have, and I know there is a very good chance that I live to regret this, but I can't bet against the Rams. I want my team to win. So.
Right, we're on different ends on that one. So let's go to prime time. Bengals, Ravens at Baltimore.
Give me the Ravens.
Give me the Ravens. I don't think they're gonna lose 3 home games in a row under Harbaugh.
Nah.
Give me Lamar Jackson. Final game Monday night. Raiders at KC.
Yeah.
We're both taking KC here.
Yeah. If you go back and watch last year's Raiders Chiefs games, if you need a reason, but yeah, I think having Devontae Adams gives you a little leg up from what you had last year, but the Chiefs are gonna clear. Our defense has gotten so much better. I know we're without McDuffie right now, which hurts. I think he's back for week 6, I believe, is what I read. At least that's a planned return. But I don't think we need him. Even if Devontae goes berserk this game, we should fuck the Raiders.
You guys should honestly destroy the Raiders.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't really have much to say about it. If you have any Chiefs players in any of your fantasy leagues, start them this week.
Unless if you're still, for some reason, rostering fucking Sky Moore, then
yeah, you know what?
You should have cut Sky Moore already.
Bold prediction.
You think Sky Moore finds the end zone?
I think he finds the end zone this week.
I don't, but
you know what? I'm not putting money on it.
To put that bet.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. But you know what? Fuck it.
Advisable. Advisable. But also, I just put my money on where my mouth is on that 16-leg parlay, $10 bet.
16
It will net
leg.
32. Yeah, I know. Fucking hell on earth. It will net $32,000 if it hits. And the reality of that hitting. Anyway,
Unreal.
everyone.
Well, just because I fucked it up, I didn't do the week 5 transition. Our upsets of the week again. We both took the Jets. I was a little surprised you also took the Jets with me, but yeah, I'm taking the Jets again this week. And Brando took
My
the
upset is
Seahawks. Yeah,
Seattle over New Orleans. If you want to take another one, you can take Dallas over LA.
Dallas over. Well, I don't even. That shouldn't be an upset. I don't know why. I think Dallas
Dallas
should be
is
favored personally, but
fucking 5.5 point dogs,
yeah,
open to
I don't
seven
get it.
point dogs.
I don't get it. It is what it is. Fuck
I
it.
don't either, man.
Well, thanks for hanging out with us, guys. We're going to try to get this uploaded before the game starts. I hope you enjoyed the game. I hope it's not as miserable as I'm thinking it will be. Uh, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more. Uh, we're still kind of editing the format. I think I kind of like what we did. This was just over an hour, so
There we go.
a little bit shorter episode today. Let us know if you like the shorter episodes, if you want us to go more in depth for the breakdowns. The only reason we did this one a little bit shorter today was so that we could get this hopefully uploaded before the game. Love you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Check out our socials, bottom right. Boop. Thanks for hanging out.
It's out.
Peace out.